Fidesz party leader Mr. Orban is working in this final week of electoral campaign to secure a supermajority for the third time by pushing his successful anti-immigration and anti-EU rhetoric. He has claimed his government is battling international forces that wants to break Hungary down. At a rally, Mr. Orban told his supporters, "Europe is now under invasion. Brussels is not defending Europe and it is not halting immigration, it wants to dilute the population of Europe and to replace it, to cast aside our culture, our way of life and everything which separates and distinguishes us Europeans from the other peoples of the world. Brussels is not defending Europe and it is not halting immigration." Viktor Orban, his anti-refugee policy, which saw his government building border fences to block migrants in 2015 and refusing to take in any refugees arriving in Greece and Italy, cost Budapest a legal action started by the EU. The bloc is suing Hungary for rejecting a quota of less than 1,300 refugees and for tightening state control over non-for-profit organizations. The European Union is also accusing Mr. Orban of changing the education law to force the Central European University to leave Budapest, an institute founded by liberal billionaire philanthropist George Soros. Despite the legal action, the anti-EU strategy is proving successful in the latest polls, which suggest that about 50% of decided voters intend to back Fidesz. A similar result would reward Mr. Orban with a supermajority of 2/3 of the seats in parliament, the power to pass legislation that will change the constitution introduced in 2012. Getty Hungary's leader Viktor Orban is seeking a supermajority at Sunday's elections. Mr. Orban already won supermajorities in 2010 and 2014. Within the last decade, Fidesz overlooked a period of solid growth and falling unemployment, and the party is popular with higher-income voters after a flat tax was introduced. The Prime Minister said that if voters were to reject his party, Fidesz won't be able to raise pensions, support young people in home construction and create jobs, all while building an immigrant country. Getty Hungary's leader Viktor Orban said the EU is under invasion. Fidesz leader has been accused of stoking hatred, overseeing massive corruption and undermining Hungary's democracy as he seeks to turn it into a liberal state by his opponents. To fight back at these allegations, he said in an interview on Good Friday, "In Hungary there are around 2,000 paid people working during the election campaign to topple the government and install a new pro-immigration cabinet acceptable to George Soros. We know precisely who these people are, we know names, we know by and large who, how and why they are working to transform Hungary into an immigrant country." Meanwhile, opposition parties have not agreed on single candidates, which makes impossible forming a strong coalition able to stop Mr. Orban. Hungarians will elect their next parliament on Sunday, 8th of April.